In this video, I am going to teach how to find the follow elements in a parser. Follow element is nothing but a next element of the particular non-terminal. So in this rule, the follow of capital E is close bracket. You just follow these steps to find the follow elements of any given grammar. Before doing this process, you should remove any left recursion and ambiguous present in your grammar. Then you should find the first elements. From this, any one of the non-terminals is a starting symbol. Identify that starting symbol and add $is a one of the following element. Then check the particular non-terminal in the right side of the production. Then identify the next element. The next element is terminal. You can directly add it. Otherwise, if the next element is non-terminal, you should find the first of that non-terminal and add it the follow of that non-terminal. If there is no next element, at that situation, you can add the follow of the root element. Take this example, follow of capital E is closed bracket. If the next element is non-terminal, I try to find the first of capital E. In this example, the first of capital E is ID. So instead of T, I can put ID here. So the following element after E is ID. Suppose if there is no element after capital E means at that situation you can add the follow of capital F in the follow of E. So the follow of capital F is close bracket. So I add close bracket as the follow of E. So using these three rules repeatedly, you can easily find the follow element of any given grammar. Let's see this process in examples. In this grammar, first I check whether this grammar having any left recursion or ambiguous. This is a very simple grammar. There is no left recursion is there and there is no ambiguous. So I go to find the first element of S and C. We know how to find the first of S and C. Now I try to find the follow of S and C. First I take the capital S. Capital S is the starting symbol. So I put dollar symbol here. Then I check capital S is present in the right side of the grammar. There is no capital S. So the follow of S is over. Now I move to follow of C. First I check the capital C is present in the right side of the grammar. So this is the first one. The next element is capital C. This is non-terminal. So I add the first of capital C into follow of C. First of capital C is small c and small d. I added these two elements in the follow of C. So this C is over. For this C, there is no next element. In this situation, you can add the follow of root element, that is capital S, into the follow of C. Follow of capital S dollar symbol. So I add dollar symbol in this follow of C. And one more capital C is there. In this C, there is no next element. So the follow of capital C can be copied into follow of C. That means you can copy these three elements into this same list. These elements are already there, so no need to copy again. So this is the method to find the follow of given grammar. In the next example, first we remove the left recursion. So I remove the left recursion and rewrite the grammar like this and list out the terminals and non-terminals. I am going to find the follow of these three elements. Before finding the follow, first I find the first value of these three elements. So we already know how to find the first values. Then I write the follow value of these three elements. Capital S is the starting symbol. So I add the dollar symbol here and I check the capital S present in the right side of the production. These two rules having the capital S. I first take this capital S here. Next element is L dash. L dash is non-terminal. So I add the first element of L dash. First element of L dash is comma and epsilon. If I substitute comma in place of L dash, the production is looks like this. If I substitute epsilon here, the production is like this. Take this one. The next element is comma. So I add comma here. In the second one, the next element is epsilon. Epsilon means nothing. So I should add the follow of capital L into follow of S. So after calculating follow of L, then I write that values here. Then I go to the next S. The next element is L dash. L dash first elements are comma and epsilon. So after S, comma is there. Comma is already included. In the second row, after S, there is no element. That means follow of L dash can be copied into follow of S. Follow of L dash till not calculated. After calculating it, it should be added as the element of follow of S. Now I move to find the follow of L. L can be presented here. The next element is closed bracket. This is terminal. So I directly add this closed bracket here. There is no L present in the remaining productions. So the follow of L is over. We should add the follow of L in this follow of S. So I add close bracket here. Then I move to find the follow of L dash. L dash can be present here. The next element of L dash is nothing. So follow of L can be copied into follow of L dash. Follow of L is close bracket. So close bracket is copied here. In the next L dash, there is no next element. So follow of L dash can be copied into follow of L dash. So closed bracket can be copied again. So no need to do this. So this is follow of L dash. So this element can be also added in this list, but already closed bracket is there. So no need to add it again. So this is the following elements of this given grammar. In example 3, first you remove the left recursion and rewrite the grammar. First find the first values of all the non-terminals. Then find the follow elements. For capital E, E is the starting symbol, so I add the dollar symbol here. Then I check capital E can be present in the right hand side of the grammar. So this production having capital E. The next element is closed bracket, so I add closed bracket here. Then I go to the E dash. E dash can be present here. There is no next element. So follow of capital E can be copied into follow of E dash. So dollar symbol and closed bracket can be copied here. Then in this E dash, there is no next element. So follow of E dash can be copied into follow of E dash. So no need to do this. Then capital T. Capital T present here. The next element is E dash. E dash is the non-terminal. First element of E dash is plus and epsilon. So I write plus is one of the following element. If this is the epsilon means there is no element after the T. That means you can add the follow of capital E into follow of T. Follow of E is dollar symbol and close bracket. So I add dollar symbol and closed bracket instead of epsilon. Then another T is there. The next element is E dash. First element of E dash is plus. Plus is already there. Then another first is epsilon. If it is epsilon means copy the follow of E dash into follow of E. Follow of E dash is dollar symbol and close bracket. These two symbols already there. So no need to do this. Then move to the T dash. T dash is present here. There is no next element. So follow of T can be copied into follow of T dash. So plus dollar symbol closed bracket are copied here. And one more T dash is there. There is no next element. So follow of T dash can be copied into follow of T dash. So you just ignore it. Then follow of capital F. The next element is T dash. Check the first element of T dash. Asterisk symbol and epsilon. If you put asterisk symbol here, the next element is asterisk symbol. If you put epsilon here, there is no next element. Then you copy the follow of capital T into follow of F. Follow of T is plus dollar and close bracket. So instead of epsilon, you copy the plus dollar and close bracket here. So this is the follow elements for this given grammar. To find this follow element, you can also apply the shortcut method, or you can use this shortcut method to verify your answer. First you add the dollar symbol for the starting symbol. Then you identify this non-terminal can be present in the right hand side. You can draw the parse tree for these rule only. So F tends to open bracket E closed bracket. So you can easily find out the next element. If the next element is terminal, you can directly add it. So follow of E is over. Then I go to the follow of E dash. In E dash, these two rules having E dash in the right hand side. So I draw the parse tree for these two rules. For this E dash, there is no next element. So I copy the follow of capital E. Follow of capital E is dollar and close bracket. And in this production, there is no next element. So follow of E dash can be copied into follow of E dash. These two elements already there. So no need to copy. For follow of T, again these two rules having capital T in the right hand side. The next element is E dash. The first element of E dash is plus and epsilon. If it is plus, you can add plus here. If it is epsilon, that means there is no element. So you can add the follow of capital E into T. So follow of capital E is dollar symbol and close bracket. In this T, the next element is again E dash. The first elements are plus and epsilon. So plus is already added here. Then if epsilon means there is no element here, so follow of E dash can be copied into follow of T. Follow of E dash also dollar symbol and close bracket. These two symbols already there. So in this way you can cross check your answer. I illustrate the other problems also. You can do it yourself and cross check your answer.